buenos dias from beautiful Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. I'm in the historical center of the city once again, and I'm about to head into this Museo Cabañas. It used to be the Hospicio Cabañas building. Beautiful construction. It was originally a hospital for wounded soldiers, people with disabilities. I think that it was a place where they could be treated and also live, as far as I know. So I went to a similar building in Paris one time. That one was still in use, and it was also a museum, but this one is no longer in use for that purpose. It is now simply the museum, so we should be able to find out some history about the Guadalajara area. But the main draw for me is the murals that were painted by José Orozco, one of which is considered to be a masterpiece. So this is supposed to be really cool. I'm really excited to see it. Let's head in. $80 pesos for a international visitor. We have made it in. The lady at the desk told us that some of the rooms are closed, which is what I had read about online. Oftentimes, a lot of the rooms are closed for some reason, so looks like only about half of it is open right now, which I think is actually more than usual. So, and that's going to include the murals, presumably. So that's all good for me. Beautiful courtyard here. Some modern art installation, I guess. I mentioned that this was a hospital and place to live for people with various disabilities. That's one of the very unique things about this construction. It's very unusual for Mexican/Spanish buildings to only have one floor. But this entire building only has the one floor and almost zero steps to get into it, to be more accessible for people with mobility issues. So back in 1810, I'm pretty sure that was highly unusual. So it was certainly unusual for Mexican/Spanish architecture of the time, but I think even beyond that, it was probably quite forward thinking. There's a cafe in here too. Cute. I'm guessing this is the Cabañas guy who opened this place with the orphans. I think we're coming up to the murals. Oh. There are audio guides that you can do a QR code scan of and then listen to descriptions of all of the murals, which would be very helpful. But my Wi-Fi is not connecting right now, unfortunately. Very bad timing. But what I read online is that these murals are depicting various stages of the struggle for Mexican independence from the Spanish. Hey, I wonder if this is the burning of the Alhambra de Granaditas in Guanajuato that I toured a couple weeks ago, which was the site of the first successful battle in the War of Mexican Independence. That is just a guess, though. Let's see. Aquatic cube. I do not know. So this one, right in the middle of the dome, is called The Man on Fire, and it is considered one of the masterpieces of Mexican muralism. Looks absolutely incredible. There are apparently 57 different fresco murals in here. I'm assuming that means like each of these panels is counted as one. Some of them are humongous, and some of them are quite small. These ones back here, I mean, realistically, it's quite large. It's like maybe 16 by 4. But yeah, varying sizes. 57 of them. Truth be told, even though I read that it was about the War of Mexican Independence from the Spanish, I can't really understand the symbolism. Like some of the things I'm recognizing as like what could be Spanish soldiers, like this guy in their suits of armor trampling the Mexican people. Oh, I wonder if that's Hernan Cortez and Malinche. That's not really a good example, but a lot of the things I'm not really understanding, like this one here. Just trying to interpret it on my own. This is something about modern technology crushing the ancient ways. We've got some Spanish nobles overseeing everything up here. Again with machinery. I like these guys on the corner climbing. This room has been called the Sistine Chapel of the Americas for obvious reasons. I didn't know this, but there is also a room full of Orozco's paintings. Construction was completed in 1810 for this building, and it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, like many of the places we travel to. That was a very quick tour of that museum. Really, the only thing to see in there is the room with all the murals. There were a handful of other rooms, but there really wasn't much to see in them. It's possible that on some other days that second half is open, because we looked through the gate and saw that they were setting up for some kind of event. So it might just be closed on days that they have events. Hard to say. To be honest, unless you're particularly interested in the Mexican muralist movement like I am, I don't think I'd recommend going in there. But for me, because I am particularly interested in it, it was amazing. So if you're not interested in the art, if you're looking for more of a museum architectural point of view, might be disappointed, but I was truly blown away by those murals in that one room. So depends. Look at these beautiful purple trees. I've seen lots of pink around the world, but not purple. The purple cherry blossoms. This fountain is depicting the founding of Guadalajara, I believe. It says February 14th, 1542. That is very old. We've come into this cool restaurant. It's called El Mexicana, believe it or not. Lots of cool decor in here, paintings on the walls of Guadalajara. Very awesome. Yeah. I've got some pollo con mole, although I've never had mole that isn't black. So I think this is going to be really tasty. Can't be chocolatey.
Kind of chocolatey, kind of sweet.
Okay, interesting. That's not expected, but cool. And you got the carne en su jugo, which is another Guadalajara dish.
Yeah, wasn't quite sure of the translation. We knew it was meat and juice, which didn't sound right.
Meat in its
But
juice
meat
is
in
what
its
it
juice.
translates to.
Yeah,
But
well,
it's
when you only know two key words, like meat juice.
yes, looks pretty good though. Here it is. Beautiful building as usual. This is it. I thought it was a church from outside. And I think it used to be actually. But look at this door. Those are some recognizable figures. It wouldn't surprise me if this was done by someone in the muralist movement. Anyway, let's go in. We've come into the Octavio Paz Library. It is part of the university here in Guadalajara. And I specifically wanted to come see it because it has these murals by David Siqueiros. I do like its divine book there. I do usually enjoy going to see old, lofty, majestic libraries in my travels. And that one didn't disappoint. It was very cool architecture in there. But on top of being an amazing looking library, there was also that gigantic mural in there. So it was kind of a double destination for me. So that worked out pretty well. Recognizing some very common themes in Guadalajara murals, even though we've seen them from a few different artists. But the evolution of technology being ominous or in some degree negative has been a very common thing that we've been seeing here. So that one seemed to be completely about technology, and it was very effective, very cool. We've got some massive portions here at the market. Explains why it was a little bit more expensive than usual. I think it was 110 pesos for each one of these, although I definitely got more food than you. We have come to the Mercado Libertad, one of the largest markets in all of Latin America, by the way. I'm going to do a different video about this market another time, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but excellent day, excellent exploring of a couple of cool historical buildings in Guadalajara. There's lots more murals around the city, by the way. I think I've seen 3 so far, just 2 in this video, but I think there was dozens. So stay tuned if you like to see murals from the Mexican muralist movement.